Optimism is one of the biggest strengths of someone's personality, and an optimistic person always spreads good vibes and energy. Today, we're going to be talking to Shannon Malkin Daniels and Zef Zan, two strong, optimistic women about the SOW Victory Fest. Don't go away, stay with us to find out more about the celebration of women. We will be right back. If you have just joined us, then welcome to the conversation. I'm your host, Bridgetti Limbanda in Cape Town in South Africa. And our stream is made possible by StreamYard and BeLife Media. So a special warm welcome to our viewers, whether you're watching us over on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, or over on Amazon Live. Do know that I'm monitoring the comments on Amazon Live, and wherever you're watching us, we are looking at the comments. If this is the first time you're watching the conversation with Bridgetti, please say so, and we'd love to give you a shout out. Now, I've got two amazing guests waiting in the green room today, and I can't wait to introduce them to you. But before I bring them on screen and tell them a little bit more about, tell you a bit more about them, one of the things we are very passionate about on the show is helping you level up on your online appearance, because that's what it's all about. The event we're going to be talking about today is also going to be hosted online on an amazing platform, and we'll find out a little bit more about that from Shannon. But so I've got a few recommendations for you. If you're one of the people that's online right now and who isn't online, everyone should be. If you've got a product, good service, whatever it is you do that you want to promote, you need to be online. So one of the things that I recommend you use is not use your built-in camera on your laptop or your computer. Use an external webcam or a DSLR camera if you can afford one. A great webcam, the one that I use, is the Logitech Brio. It's a 4K camera. It's got right side trademarked HDR technology, and in plain simple English, that means you don't have to fuss too much about your lighting, because it'll adapt the lighting. If you just have to have great front-facing lighting, and the camera will do the rest for you. The other thing I recommend for you to level up on your online appearance is to invest in an external microphone. Do not rely on your built-in microphone on your laptop or your desktop. Now, personally, I use the Samsung USB condenser microphone, and it's got a die-cast construction which reduces the noise vibrations and makes it great for online presentations. Not everyone wants to or needs to have a big microphone. So failing that, you can also invest in something like the lavalier clip-on little microphone, and it does an amazing job. But do invest in an external microphone so that you can level up on your online appearance. The other thing that I recommend, a lot of people go live with their mobile phone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But oftentimes you'll see when people go live on their phone, they've got those strange black lines on the edges of their video. You want to make sure that you use all the screen real estate. And the way that you can do that is to put your phone into landscape, not in portrait. So please take note of that if you are one of the people that go live using your mobile phone, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with you doing that. Two other things I can recommend is something like the DJI Osmo stabilizer, so you don't make people feel seasick. Because if your phone is not stabilized and the picture keeps moving, it makes people feel seasick. You don't want to do that. So you could use something like a stabilizer, or you could invest in something like the iographer, and again use that in landscape mode, not in portrait mode. And if you're showing something that you are selling or promoting, it means you can show both your book products or whatever it is on screen, and people can see you as well. So it makes it nice and conversational. And now let's move over to our amazing guests for today. I can't wait for you to meet them. Shannon Malkin Daniels is a TEDx speaker, a board member of the Stanford Partnership, 40 under 40, and has a master's in interpersonal communication. And you'll see why when we get her on screen. She's also an author, a professional speaker, and an entrepreneur who views obstacles as opportunities. She founded encaptiv, and we'll ask her about that as well. It's an award-winning platform for virtual, hybrid, and in-person events. Shannon is also the co-founder of the Stanford Innovation Week, and what we will be talking about today in the show is the SOW Victory Fest, a global celebration of women. And along with the amazing Shannon is the wonderful Zef Zan. Zef is also known as Zefinitely Zef, if you haven't met her yet. She's a live broadcast and virtual events producer and a master at live video conversations that gets you making yes connections. And so with that, let me invite these amazing ladies to join me on screen.
Ta-da!
Good morning. Good afternoon or good evening. I keep saying morning because that's where I am, but
Yes,
hello.
absolutely. Where everybody is. Good everything.
Wherever you are, welcome to the show. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. Welcome everyone. I'm going to kick off with Shannon. Shannon, you are the founder of encaptiv, an amazing platform, because what we're talking about is online events. And so tell us a little bit about encaptiv. Why did you start encaptiv, and how has it been helping people? Especially now, the timing just seemed so right. We've just had 2 years of pure lockdown all over the world, and everything went online, and now we're going hybrid. So this is here to stay. Tell us a little bit about encaptiv.
Yeah, thanks for having me on this morning, Brigetti. Happy to tell you a little bit about encaptiv. It actually came out of my own love-hate relationship with the way events and presentations were being done, especially in the in-person space initially. When you go and you stand up in front of an audience, you're talking at them, generally with some slides behind you, and you're not making the audience part of the conversation. When you had smaller groups, it was a little easier. You could make it more interactive and immersive, a little more engaging, but getting into big groups made it kind of hard to really get that audience participation and engagement. So I wanted to build something that brought the audience in, made them part of the conversation, made them feel like they were part of the presentation, the event, and then on top of it, made it more measurable and more successful from a conversion perspective for the event organizers and the presenters, so that you could send targeted calls to action right out to your audience while they're sitting there, butts in the seat. And that's where we really started. And then when the pandemic hit, we said, well, how do we service the needs of our customers in the virtual space? And so we built out encaptiv for virtual events as well. And now we've hosted a variety of virtual, hybrid, and in-person events on the platform. And it's really helping people in a lot of ways because we've focused a lot on communication principles and the way we've designed it. And so it's not just about, let's see how many features we can throw at this thing to just stuff it full of this, that, and the other, every bell and whistle, but let's thoughtfully design this in a way that increases audience engagement, that really brings humans together, makes greater human connections through that communication, and doesn't just die when the event dies. How do we make it before, during, and after the event so that it's this longer lasting, greater level of engagement? And we've really helped facilitate a lot of events and bringing virtual and in-person audiences together, as well as helping people through the ease of use and using those communication principles really increase their engagement and keep people online from a virtual perspective, which has been something really tough in the virtual world.
That is wonderful to hear. I think you have filled a great gap in the marketplace. So congratulations on starting encaptiv in such a very, very highly successful venture. Zef, over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what it is that you love about being online, and how it is you've helped other people create immersive online events. Tell us a bit about your company and what it is that you do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brigetti, and thank you for having me on this show. Well, long story short, when I started my journey in this space of live streaming and live broadcasting, and the company that I've come to integrate today with what I've started in the past about 10 years ago, it's called We Do Virtual Events Live. I'm going to move right there. So basically, when I started this journey, I facilitated a lot of in-person networking events. I love, as a super connector, I love connecting with people, and I love to put people in rooms, bring value, share value. And one of the most frustrating things in the beginning when I started out, I was like, it seemed like I was the only one in the room trying to get people to, connect with one another, bring value. And, I got frustrated because sometimes we're busy, we can't make it, we are as VP, and I go, I'm sorry, we can't make it last minute. So one of the things that came to mind to me, I asked myself, is there something, maybe a technology that I can leverage to kind of bring the audience to my space, wherever they are in the world? They could be on their phones, on the toilet seat. They can still they can still get the value that I'm bringing or my community is bringing to them. So I thought about back in those days, there was a live streaming tool called Google Hangouts. So I started there, and I loved it because the primary thing that I did and realized was I was able to connect with people from all over the world. Yeah. And in minutes, in days, I've met people from probably 7 continents of the world. And some of them I've worked with in different projects, but I've not met them in person. We've built trust, show up consistently. Thus, moving forward post the pandemic, what happened was I realized this is where I belong, because people started coming back to me and go like, now we get it. We get what you mean, because we can't leave our homes. Now we can use technology. And I'm like, okay. And people talk about hybrid events now, and like it's sexy. I'm like, it was sexy 10 years ago. It's just that, we were not put in a position where we had to figure out solutions about connecting with other people. No, we had thought about like, hey, I can meet other people from around the world. So moving post pandemic, or, as we recover from this pandemic situation, the virtual event space has really taken off. I've managed with We Do Virtual Events Live to kind of integrate the broadcasting production, which is more the live production, and virtual events management and virtual event production. And this is where even Shannon and I, we met many years ago. We didn't get a chance to actually work or collaborate together. Now, with her encaptiv technology and with what we do with live broadcast production and virtual events, we found a way to work together. And that who I serve out there is basically anyone in the space of looking to create or imagine, virtual event experience that could be memorable, fun, and the most important thing is engaging. And if you don't know how to strategize it, how to deliver that, because everybody seems to be Zoomed fatigued, right? So I and my team and I basically help you out there. If you're an event planner, you're an event manager, anyone who looks to an event planning team who kind of produces their virtual event experience, or would like to reimagine or level up, like you said, Brigetti, this is what we do at We Do Virtual Events Live. Boom!
Magic, 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 magic. So pure magic. So you ladies have come up with an event called SOW Victory Fest. So what exactly does SOW stand for? What is it all about? Who's going to take that? Shannon or Zef?
Shannon.
Sure.
Shannon, the ball's in your court. Tell us what is SOW? What does it stand for? And what is it all about?
Yeah, sow has a double meaning. Obviously, we've heard of the definition of sow as in sowing a seed, to plant a seed for growth, to set something in motion. So that's the first side of it. But the other side of it is that it's an acronym for strong, optimistic women. And really, the SOW Victory Fest is a virtual event where we're going to have some hybrid and in-person components. It's going to be a global gathering. This is, and I say going to be because this is our first inaugural year. We're very excited for this event. And it's really a global gathering of strong, optimistic women and those who support them coming together to elevate women, create a more equitable and empowered world, and celebrate the victories of women trailblazers past, present, and future. And Zef and I have, as Zef had mentioned when she was talking a bit about what she does, and we do virtual events live, that we really have known each other for quite a while now. What, 7, 8 years, Zef, something around there. And we never really had an opportunity to work closely together until I launched the virtual side of encaptiv, and I needed a producer. And so we started working more and more together. And as we were doing this, we kept talking so much about helping other women out, lifting other women up, and how there's plenty for all of us to go around. And we need to just be selfless in the way we go about helping each other and wanting to create a collaborative and a collective around this, with women helping women out. And as part of that, we've been brainstorming an idea of how do we do this on a global scale and bring everybody together for a giant celebration. And that's how SOW Victory came about, is we really wanted to create this opportunity for this amazing event to bring all these women together, to show that not only does it have to be the 3 days of the event, but that we can celebrate leading up to. We're doing that with a pre-show. So we have content leading up to it. We have fun activities. We had a leopard, what did we call it? The golden leprechaun or something, drink, Rachel Green, mixed up with a cocktail special for St. Patty's Day. That was a lot of fun. And then we have the 3-day event, and post 3-day event, it's not going to end there, ladies. We are going to keep going. And fellas, anyone that's interested in joining us. And we are going to keep going. This is going to live beyond the event. It's going to create this global community of people that are working together to make this world a better place, especially for women. And we want to show you too that this can be done. Virtual events don't just have to be sitting back and listening to Zooms, right? It can be fun. It can be exciting. It can be immersive. It can be engaging, right? And that's what we really want to build with all of this. So Zef and I, after teaming up for the past couple of years on the virtual event side of things, said, let's really put this passion in motion that we've both had for wanting to elevate other women. And that's how it came together.
Zef, what excites you about the SOW Victory event?
The first and foremost, the reason why we created this is I would love to meet all the women, victorious women out there, strong, optimistic, and victorious women out there who, who probably thinks about I can't meet people because I'm limited to my space. I'm local. This event, what I'm excited is about having that opportunity with connect with all you women out there, wherever you are in the world. We don't have to be in the same room in person, but we can still build that relationship and, show up for one another. Even from a distance, we can support. That for me, I'm such a human people kind of person, and I'm all about the human touch, the human connection. And I'm thinking like, ooh, I love this, because I'm always looking at who's going to come through our space next. And if all of you are watching this, I don't care if you're watching in replay, drop in and say hello in the comments. So let us know where you're tuning in from. That, Brigetti, makes me happy, because I get to see, oh my God, from India, oh my God, from Malaysia, Singapore, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Egypt. And I'm like, I love this. My energy, I think, is driven from, the people that I meet, the people that I connect, because I'm always looking forward to meet and learn about other people, and this is why I was passionate in starting up this idea of SOW Victory Fest. That gets me excited.
Yeah,
Awesome,
and that's one of the things. I just have to lead off of something Zef just said there. The ability to be able to communicate with people all over the world is something amazing that technology has given us, right? We might never meet in person, but we can connect and we can build relationships and grow together. And to Zef's point, I love that. I love that we can communicate and grow together as humans, no matter where we are in the world. And at encaptiv, we don't look at ourselves as a technology company, even though we're providing technology as a product. We look at ourselves as a communication company, because at our core, our mission is to drive better human connection and better human communication. So that's at the core of every decision we make when it comes to the technology that we're building. And it's what drives us as a company, as well as wanting to put the human back in human communication and really connect people on a deeper level.
Boom. Awesome. And just like Vinay there says, I am from India. See, I'm already excited because I see somebody from India, not from just the US, right? So it gets me excited, because I think we in the world, if we were to travel to one another, it's going to take time and money. Right now, the best thing is being here and just showing up, and we can show up consistently. I've met people, Brigetti, just like you, in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm here in the US, and I have family in Malaysia. Sometimes I show up so often, people go like, I feel like I've known you forever. And I'm like, yeah, right. And, and we start calculating with our fingers, whatever fingers we have. We're like, wow, it's been more than X amount of years. I just thought it was only 2 years. That happens in this kind of community, and it just makes me feel so happy.
Yep. I know. It's one of the things that excites me as well. When I see the comments coming through on all the different platforms, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, over on Twitter or over on Amazon Live, it is just amazing to see the amount of people that are joining us. It's phenomenal. Zef, tell us a little bit about the kind of people or women that we are looking for to join the SOW Victory Fest. Just give us a little bit more information, so that anyone who's interested would like to know.
Absolutely. So, we can, you can go to SOWVictory.com, and you can get all the information about the upcoming SOW Victory Fest event in May, and that's May 10 to 12. We are looking for speakers, and we already have sent out our call for speakers like a few weeks ago. So if you're looking to speak to women out there, and we have 4 featured tracks, and you can visit the website. The 4 tracks are, I'm just going to read it off my website here. They are mental health and wellness. So if you have a speaker that talks to mental health and wellness topics, we would love to have you. If you talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, we would love to have you. And then leadership and community and collaboration. These are the 4 tracks that we are featuring at this event. So if you feel that you can speak to any of those, please go ahead to the website, and there's a speak page. Just go ahead and open that website. You'll have all those details for speaking opportunity, and then you can apply. When you apply, you will be asked like what kind of format your session. So this is not one of those events where you just like, okay, 20 minutes for you, 30 minutes for you, 10 for you, you show up, you're done. You have 5 different formats that you can actually, apply for. There's, the TED Talk style you talk, there's a workshop style, there's a play kind of style. So talking about play, we are also looking for creative facilitators or presenters. What does that mean, Zaf. So if you probably teach online, paint and sip classes, gardening, or we have a chef Jillian from Canada, who's going to do a team up with our mixologist friend Rachel Green, and they will be at the event. We just had this show yesterday, so you can watch the replay, get all that information at SOWVictory.com. And if you are that type of presenter, we would love to have you too. If you sing, if you do karaoke, if you dance, you do a cappella, we would love to have you present at our event. All you have to do, go to SOWVictory.com, look at the speak page, and get all the details from there. Of course, there's more opportunities, also sponsorship and also exhibitor opportunity. Yes, we have virtual booth. Have you had a virtual booth before? So go check it out. It's SOWVictory.com. Whoop, whoop.
Awesome. So Shannon, encaptiv is your baby. Tell us a little bit about how these booths work. Is it very similar to a booth that you would have in real person event?
Yeah, so we've tried to make the booth experience a little different than what you've seen in other platforms. I mean, there is still a live streaming component where you can have attendees pop into the booth, you flip on your camera, they flip on their cameras, and you can talk live and interact live with your attendees. We also have screen share functionality, so you can do live demos and things like that. But one of the cool things we've added is a queuing system, like a line. When you go to a real live conference or event, you line up, you're standing in line waiting to be the next person to talk to the exhibitor. You can have your booth set up as a queue, so people come in and 8 different attendees can have their video on. Other attendees can join in and listen in and talk with you in the chat and everything. And then when one of the 8 attendees that's currently there talking to you leaves, the next person that's in the queue or in the line gets asked if they want to turn on their video and audio to talk to you. So it's similar to lining up to talk to an exhibitor in real life at a booth, and it manages that, makes it a little easier for you to manage the questions and the demos that are coming in from your different attendees. We also have a couple of different statuses for your booth, so you don't have to sit there all day, every day with your video on, waiting for people to pop in and talk to them. We've set it up in a way that you can have your brand, your company, everything represented, yourself represented there with what we call our away status. So when you're not in your booth, you turn your camera off and people can still come in, attendees can still come in. They can learn about your company by watching a video, reading about you. Each booth has its own unique call to action. So if you're trying to collect leads or you're doing some kind of giveaway or something, you can add your own unique call to action. It's completely branded with all of your branding. And then we have a couple of different listing types as well. So you can have a premium listing that's double the size and at the top of the page and gives you greater visibility. There's all kinds of things, and we could be here all day going to all the details, but there is a way to have presence and still communicate with and connect with your attendees without having to sit there with your camera on all day, which is one of the big complaints we've heard about exhibiting in the virtual space.
Awesome. Zef, I think you've got the website up so people can know that they're at the right place. Could you briefly just sort of, give us a quick tour?
Absolutely. Would be happy to do that. So that's what we have. That's our website, which is SOWVictory.com. You see that link, that address in the browser. We are 51 days away. Woohoo! It feels so surreal though. So if you scroll down, you get to see why attend this. You can connect and collaborate with other strong, optimistic women from around the world. Here are our event goals. And here are, details where you can go to get more information about sponsorship opportunities, exhibitor opportunities, and how you would attend the event. And this is the section for call the speakers. Yes, we have all this up top also where, it's all in the menu. But if you scroll on the page, you get to see our team. team of ambassadors. Whoop, whoop. And of course, you know, that Brigetti, that beautiful face of yours is right there. We have now 8 ambassadors all over the world. So you get to see their country flag. That is so awesome. And this is their company logo. So go to the website to get more information. This is where I said, talk about, you know, if you want to apply as a speaker, go to the speak page. If you scroll down, these are the 4 tracks I mentioned earlier. And if you scroll down a little bit more, this will kind of show you what kind of format you can choose from. Enlighten, which is a 20-minute TED Talk style. Provoke, group discussions. Act, 45-minute immersive workshops. Huddle, you can join a group of panelists. And play, just for the creative presenters, of course, you know, doing fun stuff. And go ahead and apply there. And in case you want to take a look at all our past shows on our talk show series, you can go under speak and go under talk and got all the information and where to go catch the replays. And here's the schedule just going through right there. We would love to see all of you at SOW Victory Fest. 51 days away. I'm so excited. Yes. Any questions? Bottom right, as you can see right here, if you have any questions, you can click there and someone can help answer your question. Whoop, whoop.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. So anyone, go and have a look at the SOW Victory Fest. Are we still looking for speakers, Shannon?
Yes, we are. We are taking speaker applications through the end of the month. I actually have a meeting right after this with our speaker ambassador, Laura, to start reviewing all the speaker applications that we've gotten so far and start to look at curating those speakers we want to have come and be part of the event. So please, you've got about 12 days left to get your speaker applications in, and then they close out on March 31st. So get those speaker applications in if you're interested in speaking. You do not have to be a woman to speak. We are inviting men, anyone that's a supporter of women, come speak, be part of this event, because this is just about bringing people together, uplifting our global community as a whole, and just really celebrating together at the end of the day, making those connections we've all been talking about.
Awesome. Zef, any final comment from you about SOW Victory Fest and why people should sign up?
Here's my thoughts about whenever people ask me about why would I attend your event, right? For me, I'm always going to be biased. I'm like, because you've not experienced our energy. You've not experienced my 200 miles per hour energy. No, but on a more serious note, what I would love to say, if you've attended for the past 2 years, you know, Zoom meetings. So there's a difference between meetings, the virtual meetings versus virtual events. This is an immersive experience. Virtual meetings, you show up, you click a button, you're in a room, you start talking, and sometimes you fall asleep. But this is where we would love to have participation, engagement. You know, there will be rooms that you can show up on screen and network, and there will be some other rooms that is just one-way stage. You could just do a live chat. There'll be rooms where you can schedule an appointment and chat with people, and you can just pull aside conversation. All that said, give it a chance. Give it a chance to have an immersive virtual event experience. If you've not attended an event that's just back to back fun, well, you've got to try this one, because this is going to be one that you would talk for maybe years to come. That's what we hope. So come and experience this, and then, you know, bring a lot of energy, because we would love to meet you.
That is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. This was amazing. It was wonderful having the opportunity to find out a little bit more about yourselves, the ladies behind the SOW Victory Fest and what it's all about. So I want to just give a huge big shout out to everyone who's joined us online live, and also a shout out to anyone who's going to be catching this on the replay. Go and check out the SOW Victory Fest, strong, optimistic women and those who support them. Shannon, Zef, Thank you.
We're distracting
Amazing
Brigetti.
audience.
We're just
Thank
dancing.
you. This was fantastic. And
This is the energy we're bringing. So we don't sit quiet. We don't sit still.
Don't expect to just sit back and listen. Expect to dance and have fun and connect.
Fantastic. Thanks, everyone. Take care. We'll see you at the SOW Victory Fest.